I guess we get ahead, right? I mean, yeah, what the hell? I mean, they ain't gonna call a game off for heat. I've seen it 125, 130. We go out to play.
Charlie being Charlie. As we go next level at Samsung, game time temperature of 91 degrees Monday night. Halliday's 10 starts since 2004 in 90-degree temps or higher. He's allowed home runs almost 3 times as frequently when the temp is at least 90 degrees. ERA in those starts over a run higher than all other starts over that time. But the Phillies absolutely said Halladay will pitch Sunday in Philly against the Padres. The forecast Sunday in South Philly, 93 degrees.
Opportunity for Japan. It's Ando, and it's a fantastic stop by Hope Solo.
That is a moment of magic.
We are happy to be joined here on SportsCenter this morning by Team USA goalkeeper Hope Solo. And your team's run through this World Cup caught everyone's attention back here. That final against Japan, the highest rated soccer match of any kind in the history of ESPN. When you were over there, how aware were you the extent of popularity you guys had here?
Let's just say that I'm glad and thankful that we were in Germany, because we needed to stay focused at the task at hand. And, the task at hand was to bring the World Cup trophy home. Unfortunately, we didn't do that, but I can tell you and assure you that we didn't get caught up in anything but the moment itself, because it was a historical moment and a historical competition. Coming back to the United States, you really realize how momentous that moment was and how much it meant to the entire nation. I mean, America was really behind us. You could feel the American spirit.
It's easy to celebrate a win. It is much more challenging to be gracious in a defeat. You've had about 48 hours, a little less than 48 hours now since that loss. What's your emotions regarding that defeat now?
I haven't had much sleep in about 48 hours. It was a long road home. Every athlete knows the hardest thing to do is to travel after a defeat, but the dust still hasn't quite settled. I'm still trying to make sense out of everything, and I think in the near future I'll be able to look back with so much pride and so much joy and realize that we took part in a historical moment in sports, in women's sports. One of the best victories of all time, coming back to beat Brazil in the quarterfinals, a man down for 65 minutes, coming back to win in such a dramatic fashion. Personally, being able to save a couple penalty kicks, I'm really proud of what this team has done, and it can't get lost. I'm trying to tell myself a silver medal does not mean that we failed. I mean, Brazil was out, Germany was out at the tournament, and we lost to an incredible possession-oriented team who was fighting for so much more than the game itself, and that's hard to play against.
I know you immediately went on record and said if anybody could have won that game besides you, you were happy that it was Japan. But which would be more accurate, that Japan won the game or that the U.S. lost the game?
Japan absolutely won the game. I know that we were so close. We could see victory. We could taste it. We were 4 minutes away from winning something that we've set out to do our entire lives. Unfortunately, that's just not what happened. And, I like to think, and maybe I tell myself this to make myself better, but I really like to think that it was Japan's destiny to win for bigger reasons. And maybe I don't want to accept defeat, that we made mistakes. But I am an athlete, I am a professional athlete, and I will go back and I will criticize my own play. I will watch film, I'll critique it, and I'll do everything I can to change what I need to change to come back and win a World Cup 4 years from now.
We want to talk about that criticism, Hope, and certainly you guys have garnered so much attention. If you take a look, you are the cover of Sports Illustrated this week, bringing so much popularity to your sport. But there has been a debate kind of raging over talk radio and on Twitter about the equality in men's and women's sports. And the debate is sort of that your team was given a free pass in terms of criticism as compared to what the men would have got being in the same situation. What is your response to that?
To be honest, I've heard the criticism, so I find this a surprising question. We all know that, me personally, I have my fans, and we all know I have my critics, so maybe I'm caught up in that personally, because I know that people are pretty harsh on me, and I'm fine with that. I know I have my fans, I have my critics, but also I've been asking I continuously get asked in all the media I've been doing, did you guys choke? So I think we're getting criticized. I don't believe we choked. I think for so long people had been saying that our team has the best defense, we're more athletically gifted, and we like to get the ball forward and find Abby's head, and that's how we win. That's how we're victorious, that we find a way to win, but we're not the most skilled team. Well, in the final, we finally gave the world what they wanted. We were a possession-oriented team that attacked with different varieties, and unfortunately we didn't come out on top, but it truly was our best game in the final of a World Cup in front of 60,000 people. So did we choke? I don't think we choked, but everybody else who doesn't truly know the game likes to say we did because of the penalty kicks.
Let's go to those penalty kicks. As a goalkeeper, what was going through your mind when you guys went into PKs?
Let's just say that the experience in the quarterfinal game against Brazil was very different than the experience against Japan. And I think to ask a team to win in a major tournament in a dramatic fashion in 2 penalty kick shootouts is nearly impossible. And I say that because it's hard to do. I mean, penalty kicks it's not really, it can go against the flow of the game. Not always does the best team win in penalty kicks. So to do it 2 times in a row with that kind of, I mean, we can handle the pressure, but it's just nearly impossible. And when I stepped in the second time, I approached it differently. I had a different mindset. Tactically, I wanted to do things differently because I knew that Japan had watched me in the Brazil game. So tactically, I wasn't natural. I was trying to do different things. And of course, I'll look back and wonder if that was the right decision. But, I mean, what can you do as a goalkeeper? You just have to get in and pray you're going the right way. And one tiny little step in one direction can cause you to miss the goal.
Your popularity personally has seen a huge surge since this World Cup. I know you've probably been asked this a million times since you've gotten back over here. We're going to ask it again. What are your immediate plans right now?
How funny. You know, I find it so funny because the only thing I've ever wanted to do in my life was be a pro athlete, win a gold medal in the Olympics, win the World Cup, and be the best goalkeeper in the world. Looking back, I've accomplished 2 of those 3 things. You know, winning the Golden Gloves in this World Cup was a little bittersweet because it's been my entire life's goal to be the best goalkeeper in the world, and then to win it without having my team behind me winning the World Cup was bittersweet. But I know in hindsight, moving forward, I'll be able to look back with so much pride. But in terms of the immediate future, I still have a World Cup to win, so I still have 4 years of preparation. We have the Olympics next year, and it's not like I have time for all this entertainment, crazy rock star status buzz because, you know, we have qualifying coming up in January. I have a league to play in. There's so much going on in my professional career, and that's ultimately all I want to do.
There are those that are clamoring for you, though, to trade in the cleats for some dancing shoes. In fact, Maxim Chmerkovskiy from ABC's Dancing with the Stars, he was on SportsCenter last night, and he had an idea for what you should do next. Take a listen.
The first thing that popped in my head was Hope Solo. I think she's athletic, she's driven, she kind of doesn't hold back, kind of reminds me of me a little. Hope definitely deserves to be a household name long after, you know, the World Cups and everything are done. It'd be interesting to see us as a couple.
What do you think of that?
I think he's crazy. First off, I can't dance. Secondly, I can barely walk in high heels. He would have quite a challenge if he got his hands on me, I can assure you. And plus, 2 fiery personalities, we might be going at it.
It would make for good TV, Hope. You know, another concern with maybe getting into a Dancing with the Stars, you're still recuperating from injuries. You had shoulder surgery, a knee injury. What's your outlook for the Olympics and that next World Cup?
Besides coming back from injury, my body feels amazing. I feel the fittest I've ever been. I'm really, really proud of the way I've battled coming back in 9 months from major shoulder surgery, which could have been career-ending. So I know that I still have better days. You know, I'm going to be 30 in 11 days, but I know I have not hit the pinnacle of my career yet.
You said 2 of your 3 major goals professionally you've already accomplished. We hope you get the 3rd one. U.S. goalkeeper Hope Solo captivated the country. We appreciate you being here on SportsCenter.
Thank you very much.
Well, a day after the Red Sox won a marathon 16-inning game, just 1-0. See how their bats exploded last night for a big win. And Tim Hasselbeck joins us to tell you where these quarterbacks, including his brother, will be the best fit once the NFL season gets underway.
SportsCenter, brought to you by Infinity. luxury cars that deliver inspired performance.
If no one ever challenged the